if UConn hadn't blown a 16-point lead against Notre Dame in the Final Four back in 2001, we might very well be talking about the Huskies' pursuit of a 5th consecutive title. As it is, UConn is going for a three-peat. They would be just the second program ever to do that. Tennessee did it in the mid to late 90s. But just last year, before the Huskies were able to turn in their repeat, Geno Auriemma thought talks of a mere repeat was ludicrous.
The Connecticut Huskies.
That's how the improbable season ended. Defying all logic and predictions, Diana Taurasi carried the young and inexperienced Huskies to a second consecutive national championship. This season, Taurasi and the same Huskies returned to defend their title. And defying all logic and predictions, they lost 4 games. How in the world did this happen?
I think we took for granted how hard it was last year for us to win. Teams, came after us like they weren't afraid of us.
Winning a national championship last year did not do anything to motivate this year's team. If anything, it put the wrong kind of pressure on this team, when really all you should be thinking about is playing the games and then play out that way.
Sometimes there will be an event, maybe like a turnover or something, which might lead to another turnover. And sometimes it's just a snowball effect.
This year we really never got into a mode where we were comfortable with each other, the whole time. I mean, losses are losses. We didn't play well. The other team played really well and we lost.
Eventually you're going to lose if the sport means anything, or why play the games? It's not a coronation. It's supposed to be a game.
But the coronation has already taken place. With 3 national titles in the last 4 years, UConn is the reigning program of women's basketball with the best player in the game. Last year, there was no situation Diana Taurasi couldn't carry the Huskies through. But this year, the expectations have weighed heavily on her mind, aching back, and bad ankle.
I was hurting somewhat throughout the whole season. I never try to make it an excuse, and I still won't. The way I played was obviously because I wasn't mentally focused to play when I wasn't playing well. There's nothing that's going to keep me out of a game anytime soon. Right now, it's a time where you have to play at the highest level.
Regardless of injuries and losses, Diana Taurasi and the Huskies still have set a standard, and that standard is perfection. And therein lies the problem. Striving for perfection is their greatest motivator and their biggest challenge.
We could go 39-1, but lose a national championship, and it's not necessarily a failure of a season, but if we don't win, it doesn't seem right.
We hold ourselves up to an unrealistic standard, but that's our doing. We believe that it is within our control to win every single game we play, and that anything less than that is unacceptable.
2 more wins, and the Huskies will have their 3rd consecutive national title, erasing any memory of the hardships of this past season.
This is an opportunity that you're never going to have any other time in your life. We can't let go of this opportunity that we have right in front of us.
It's like climbing Mount Everest. You climb it, you come back down, and then somebody, 5 months later says, yo, we got to go back up there. I don't know that you can do that. Three-peat, impossible, improbable, ridiculous, unimaginable.
Well, the Huskies are just 2 wins away now from making their imagination reality. We talked to the players and to Geno about this yesterday. They've set the bar so high, Nell, that it's natural, I think, sometimes when they win, just to go, whew, okay, we didn't lose. What is it about their attitude that can let them find some joy in winning and pursue this three-peat?
Well, their attitude is extremely confident, and that confidence comes from Geno Auriemma. He breaks them down, builds them up all during the season to get to this point in time. Geno exudes an arrogance about him, a confidence about him that his players feed directly off of for this particular time of the year to win a national championship. They feel it. They're going to go after it. They're going to be tough to beat.
Welcome to the 2004 NCAA Women's Final Four on ESPN. It's Minnesota versus Connecticut in our nightcap semifinal from New Orleans, a mysterious city that throughout its history has made and stolen the fortunes of many.
2 tribes of wandering souls. One steps into territory that is very familiar. The other finds itself in a new land. But they are not lost. They understand the finality of this endeavor.
I put a spell on you.
You know who can stop us? Ourselves.
I personally don't think anybody on the team is afraid of playing UConn.
I think with every senior you have a sense of urgency and you have a desire to win and you understand it's your last chance.
Janel McCarville and Lindsay Whalen. That's the most dangerous thing about our team.
The Emperor.
Three-peats are impossible. Who's done it? I thought it was impossible, improbable, ridiculous, whatever. I lied. Ha ha ha. I think we can win it.
The Star.
Every time I step on the court, I think of what I need to do for my team to be successful.
I put a spell on you.
We're here to win, and we just want you to know that.
Oh, yes. Tonight, one of you will get lost along the way. But which one?
Our second semifinal has Cinderella, the number 7 seed Minnesota Golden Gophers, against the Connecticut Huskies, the two-time defending national champions. The winner will face Tennessee Tuesday night for the title. The Lady Vols beat LSU 52-50. LaToya Davis got a steal and a basket with less than 2 seconds to go. In this one, it will be a matchup of All-Americans, UConn's Diana Taurasi, the number 2 all-time scorer in NCAA tournament history, and Lindsay Whalen, the 5th leading scorer in the history of the Big Ten. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick, along with Meyers. It's great to have you with us. In this semifinal, you have UConn in its 5th straight Final Four, an all-time record, a number 2 against a number 7 seed. But Minnesota presents tremendous matchup problems.
They're the mystery team coming in. Lindsay Whalen and Janel McCarville, both All-Americans, between the two of them averaged 42 points and 22 rebounds. Now, Connecticut has not seen a player like Janel McCarville with her size, her strength, and her quickness as far as going to the basket. But Minnesota has not seen a player like Diana Taurasi, the 3-time All-American, and what she can do because she's on a mission to get number 3 NCAA championship.
Mark Jones and Doris Burke will work the sidelines for us. Let's check in with Mark.
As in a basketball game in the middle of February, Lindsay Whalen, the All-American for Minnesota, broke a couple of bones in her shooting hand, her right hand, and the season appeared to be lost for the Golden Gophers. They said that she would be out between 4 and 6 weeks. Without her, they ended up going 3 and 5. Since her return in her first game back in the tournament against UCLA, she dropped 31 points on the Bruins. She still wears a little bit of protective gear on that right hand, basically some sponge and tape just to protect it from any blows, but she says it's all about superstition now, plus it helps her keep the ball off the palm of her shooting hand, which helps her shooting. Let's go to Doris Burke.
Well, Marcus, Diana Taurasi winds up what has been a brilliant college career. Her achievements are staggering. Tonight she'll participate in her 4th straight Final Four, trying to help Connecticut defend its back-to-back national champions. And while one could debate her place among the all-time greatest players in college basketball history, 4 most outstanding players in a regional final or Final Four, Mike Patrick, it's not open to debate. We have seen one of the best clutch performers in the history of the women's game.
Boy, that we have, and I don't know if anyone has ever seen a better player than Diana Taurasi trying to lead her team to a 3rd straight national championship. Maria Conlon, Diana Taurasi, and Strother are the guards for Geno Auriemma. Turner and Moore will start up front. And Geno Auriemma, whose team has dominated college basketball, now in his 5th straight Final Four, trying to become only the 2nd coach to win 3 in a row. Pat Summitt did it before him. Schoenrock, Whalen, and Bolden, Anderson, and McCarville, the starting lineups for Minnesota. And Pam Borton, in only her 2nd season, look at that record, 50 and 14 her first 2 years, and the first Final Four for her and the Minnesota program.
Really look for this game, Mike, to be an aggressive game. Minnesota from the Big Ten, they play physical, which Connecticut can too, but they would rather have a smoother game and not so much contact.
UConn for the first possession of the ball game. Taurasi open for three. Switch. She is special.
Give her daylight, and she'll get that shot off.
Now keep an eye on Minnesota. Whalen and McCarville, the two-headed monster that has just torn up the NCAA tournament.
Geno Auriemma talked about going into a zone, and that's exactly what he has started out, because he feels if a team can't hit the outside shot, then they start thinking.
Bolden with the shot, can't hit it. Offensive rebound to Minnesota. Good play by Anderson.
What it also does, it keeps Whalen out of the middle. Of course, she decides to go baseline. She's so good at that pass out.
Kicks it outside, and Schoenrock hits the three. Schoenrock, a 37% long-range shooter.
Well, she had some clutch games against UCLA and Kansas State, 15 and 14 points.
Conlon, wide open. She hits a three. And Maria Conlon and Strother will be big for UConn tonight because they struggled in the regional.
Against Penn State, Strother and Maria Conlon did not score a point. 62 minutes and no points.
Oh, I said they struggled.
Geno Auriemma made sure they knew about it, too.
Whalen, such a great ball handler, terrific passer. Schoenrock again, short on this one, and Taurasi with a rebound.
What those long shots are going to force for Minnesota is long rebounds, and McCarville will not be able to get her hands on it because she's going deep into the lane.
Nice save by Strother to keep it alive there. Moore can't get her shot. Now back to Moore against McCarville, and she forces it up and missed.
McCarville, we talked about her strength. You see how she was pushing Jessica Moore out of the spot she wanted to go to?
You have no chance to gain any ground against her. She's about 220 and solid. She lost 60 pounds since high school. Whalen has the big high arc, can't hit the shot, and Moore rebounds. Taurasi head up all the time. Turner powers her way and did not get the roll. McCarville had it knocked away from her, but out of bounds off of UConn. And McCarville averaging 17 rebounds a game in the NCAA tournament. The road to the Final Four. Look at the seeds. UCLA, the number 2 Kansas State, number 3 BC, and the number 1 team in the country, as well as the number 1 seed, Duke. They have faced everybody and knocked them down. McCarville, no basket. She was held, and the foul will be on Moore. For Geno Auriemma, really no close calls. The only close game for a while was UC Santa Barbara, and they hung in there for a long time.
That was a physical game for them. Players talked about it afterwards, saying they were exhausted.
Knocked away. Last touch by Minnesota is the ruling, and it will go to UConn. Schoenrock had a chance to say that she was sure it had come off of Tennessee. Or, excuse me, Connecticut.
Shannon Bolden, the top defensive player for Minnesota, guarding Diana Taurasi.
She was too strong, but Turner got the offensive rebound. Now Moore. They need McCarville to come out away from the basket like that to guard Moore. It does a better job for them. Moore goes down the lane and scores. She is certainly quicker than McCarville.
Well, I can't believe that Janel McCarville would fall for that all game. She's got to stay in the lane. Challenge Jessica Moore to take the outside shot because, as you said, Moore with her quickness will drive to the basket.
McCarville. Excellent defense by UConn. She'll be double and triple teamed every time she touches it. Strother for three, short. Her shooting has really been off.
Minnesota's a team that likes to push it, just like Connecticut does. What a pass!
Whalen. She loves the open court and a perfect pass to Anderson.
Little look away magic.
Whalen averaging over 5 assists, over 5 rebounds, 22 points a game in the tournament. Baseline drive, McCarville knocked it away. Strother had her hands on it for a second. And now Whalen. Another pretty bounce pass. This one knocked away and out of bounds out to Minnesota. The two-time defending national champs up by 3 early. Famous Cafe Du Monde here in New Orleans. And nothing better than a fresh beignet in the Big Easy. Donut to the rest of us.
You've been here a few times, eh?
New Orleans, anywhere they serve donuts, I've been. And will go. McCarville shows her range, steps out.
She's been so good inside, and she's got such great footwork. One of the best footwork on a big player I've seen in a long, long time.
In the tournament, McCarville is averaging nearly 20 points, and she has 17 rebounds a game. That's almost impossible. Strother into a double team, goes down hard. The outlet pass goes right to Conlon. Taurasi behind a screen. Here comes Whalen, loves the open court. What a pass to McCarville. Oh, she can put on a show. 3 assists already for Lindsay Whalen.
The chemistry that those two players have as far as where they are on the floor is incredible.
Taurasi trying to back into the lane. McCarville knocks that one out of bounds. Whalen missed 5 weeks with a broken hand. They lost all their momentum for the entire season. Their Big Ten record went right down the drain. Their tournament seeding dropped all the way to 7th. Whalen has come back, and they are obviously a different team and a title contender.
She got hurt in the Ohio State game, played about 15 minutes. They lost that game. They're 3-5 with that injury, but since she's back, they're 4-0.
Taurasi missed the runner, but another offensive rebound. Turner gets it to Moore. Moore wheels with the left hand over McCarville.
Well, Jessica Moore, I talked to her yesterday, and she's up to the challenge to play Janel McCarville or anybody else. And again, we talked about the zone that Connecticut has gone into. It's not man-to-man. They might switch up a little bit. Geno Auriemma talked about disrupting them.
Whalen, look at the arc on that thing. And the other thing about McCarville, she's such an excellent passer. So you double down or triple team her inside, she's able to find the open shooter. Ashley Battle, number 22, in for the first time for UConn. Battle very athletic, no call. The officials letting him play in this one.
Geno Auriemma talked about Ashley Battle and Lynette Crockett, who's coming off the bench right now, that they might make a difference in this game, that bench.
He also thought this might turn into a game of who can score the most points in a wide-open contest. He would rather not have that. But Minnesota may have more firepower. Whalen protecting the ball. Bounce pass Schoenrock. 4 on the shot clock. McCarville just so strong. Got in the lane, double teamed. Knocked away, and here comes UConn. And Taurasi gets to the baseline and draws a foul.
Turning over that right shoulder. Watch Jessica Moore. Blocks it with the right hand. She is left-handed, and she knows exactly right now, did a great scouting report on Janel McCarville, getting position, trying to get her out of there, and making her take tough shots.
McCarville was named to the Kodak All-American team along with Whalen and Taurasi. So 3 of the 10 Kodak All-Americans on the floor right now. Taurasi trying to inbound, almost got a 5-second count. Conlon guarded by Schoenrock. Here's the defensive matchup that they want. They have Bolden against Taurasi, and Bolden will be called for a hold. That's her second personal foul on Shannon Bolden, the sophomore from Marshall, Minnesota. She has been able to stop other teams' leading scorers the entire tournament. And Broback will check in. Bolden will have to go to the bench, and Jamie Broback, a freshman, will check in her spot. Conlon, she's 2 for 2 from the floor. That's a big boost for the Huskies.
Both these teams have players that can score from anywhere, so it's not just one. You can talk about Diana Taurasi, you can talk about Lindsay Whalen, but this is a team that stepped up to Minnesota when Lindsay Whalen was out, that other players were able to score.
Well, what a move by Anderson. Offensive foul as she got in too deep. The senior from Stockholm, Sweden, made the nice baseline drive, but some help defense by UConn at the end picks up the foul. And right now, I love the way this game is being officiated. I mean, they're letting him play, and it really helped the tempo.
It has been up-tempo, and it's going to be, we talk about it being an aggressive game, and the players want to play it that way. Oh, I thought there was traveling there. Estrada was camped in the key, and she was shuffling her feet around. They let that one go.
Big basket for her, though. Anderson in the lane.
See, McCarville, that's a great pass, but she's at the top of the key. She's not has no chance of getting an offensive rebound.
Taurasi spins into the lane and regains her balance and knocks it down.
She knocked Crockett down.
She'll knock anybody down. 16-9, UConn leads by 7. They have come to play tonight.
And Ann Strother with the pivot. We see her going just a spin move, wide open, no weak side help. And then Taurasi with the crossover and then the spin. And Crockett trying to set a pick says, okay, I'll go down as long as you make it.
Taurasi with that great emotion in the tournament. She is the second all-time scorer in a single tournament in NCAA history. She's going to need 87 points over 2 games to pass Shamiqua Holdsclaw, the current record holder. That is probably out of her range, but who knows?
Well, she'll move up on the Connecticut all-time
Yes, she will.
Scoring list. She needs 13 coming in here to move to the number 4 spot ahead of Rebecca Lobo, and probably has a good chance to pass Kara Walters at number 3 with 21 points tonight.
And she already passed in the tournament Sue Burton Generosati for number 1 on the all-time assist list. You don't get the feeling at all that Minnesota feels intimidated at all playing UConn. Nearly a steal. This is Whalen. McCarville had it knocked away on the way up, gets it back, powers it up.
Janel McCarville, who has just had a wonderful tournament, struggling right now.
Look at Taurasi.
And she said, "Oh, I like that." Flew right by Janel McCarville. McCarville got spun around, didn't know where she was on the defensive end.
Taurasi with 7, and UConn on a 10-0 run.
Minnesota just does not look good in their half-court game.
Thrown away that time. Whalen couldn't control the pass. Battle. Whalen got in the way. An offensive foul on Battle. Whalen got back after the mistake of losing the ball and drew the charge. But it's been the Diana Taurasi show so far. She's led Connecticut to a 9-point lead. UConn off to a fast start, up by 9. Let's check in with our colleague Doris Burke. Doris.
Mike, for the 5th time in history, both the men's and women's basketball programs from one school have advanced to their respective Final Fours. History has not been kind for all of their success. It has never produced a national champion. Last night, the Connecticut Huskies on the men's side did their part to advance to a final, beating Duke. And through the first 9 minutes of this basketball game, the Connecticut women looking very solid. We'll see what happens.
All right, thanks, Doris, particularly Taurasi.
We talked about her coming out just smoking as far as taking her shots. And last year, the first game in the NCAA tournament against TCU, she had 35. She averaged 27, 28 points last year in the NCAA tournament.
You get the feeling she can get 35 anytime she wanted to. Got the same with Whalen. Whalen goes baseline, tries to reverse, and will draw the blocking foul. Let's check in with Mark Jones. Mark?
Coach Borton telling her team during the last time out offensively that the bigs have to work a lot harder to get open and get some good looks inside, and they've got to be a little bit more patient in the offense as well as being aggressive. You saw a little display of that when Whalen took it to the cup, guys. Back to you. All
right, thanks, Mark. And Whalen will go to the free throw line. Excellent from the stripe this year, 83%. 3-time All-American. And is a folk hero out of Hutchinson, Minnesota. And the people in Minnesota are so psyched about this team.
They were getting football recruits because they wanted to go watch Lindsay Whalen play. I had the opportunity to be at the White House this past week and through the Baseball Hall of Fame and talk to Rod Carew and Dave Winfield, Minnesota guys, and said, boy, they're excited. Even the president said he was going to watch these games.
That's great. McCarville being tested on defense. The shot won't go for Crockett. When McCarville gets it in her hands, it's not coming out.
Yeah, but I'd like to see her post up a little bit more in this down low. And again, Connecticut switching things up. They're going into the man-to-man. Looks like a matchup. But you see the cutters and you see the players follow. So they're switching things up on Minnesota. They're struggling. What a catch.
McCarville, and what a pass by Whalen. McCarville sets the screen at the top of the circle and goes down the lane when she saw Whalen was in trouble.
Man, she's got those big old paws. She took that out of the air.
Grabs it like a peach. 18-13, backdoor Strother.
I thought McCarville did a good job trying to help out, but then it was the weak side on the other side of the floor. They've got to come over and help. Right now, Minnesota's defense is not helping each other out.
Anderson wide open with that slingshot kind of shot. Got to remind you of UCLA somehow, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, keep close.
Taurasi, too strong.
Good hands by Crockett.
2-on-2. Crockett makes a good decision. Kicks it back out to Strother. Taurasi wide open. Hits Strother. Strother and Conlon both offensively a lot better than they were before in the regional. And McCarville just stood her ground and wasn't about to let Wilnett Crockett inside.
Geno Auriemma was holding his hands out. What's that? What kind of shot is that?
You get the feeling they would love to challenge McCarville defensively and draw some fouls, but it's not happening.
You know, Crockett's getting deep in there, but McCarville's a smart defensive player.
Broback with a three. Her first bucket of the game. They've cut the lead back to 4.
They're coming in. Broback 21 from the three-pointers. Huge basket.
Conlon was shown rock on her. Taurasi backing in. She loves that little turnaround jumper in the lane.
And she just feels, Mike, that she can take anybody with her back to the basket, even if she's 20 feet out.
I think she can, too. Stepped out that time, and Anderson got by her and then lost the ball out of bounds. Good help defense by Crockett. Kelly Roisland in for the first time. She's a freshman from Boston, Minnesota. She really played well when Whalen was out with the injury, averaged 8.5 points a game.
She started those games, those 7 starts.
Taurasi directing traffic. Turner nearly turned it over. She's backing in looking for a shot. Forced it up and got it. Barbara Turner. Her first bucket, it's 24-16.
The last 6 games, she's averaging over 15 points. She had 25 against Penn State.
Schoenruck, nice crossover to get open. Takes the jumper, too strong. One and done for the Golden Gophers. Here's Taurasi on the run. Battle, very athletic. Beats Roisland on the drive and got the roll.
Well, you can just see the Huskies, Mike. I think that they're looking to attack, get inside. Obviously, hitting those outside shots gives them the opportunity to go inside like that, too.
They've got their biggest lead of the ball game, man, 26-16.
And switching their defense up again.
Geno Auriemma talked about trying to do things that would get Minnesota out of its comfort zone, but McCarville inside of her comfort zone there. She has 8 points.
And Minnesota has good offense when they spread things out because they have such good spacing, and when you can get passes like that against that zone, they're going to get good looks.
Taurasi with that patented move again, got herself into the lane, scored, and drew the foul.
Talked about Diana Taurasi being on a mission. There's a spin move. She loves to feel that contact because it sets her up for the kind of shot she wants. She knows exactly where the defense is. Not much contact, but just to follow through and finish a shot.
And Ann, you were right in the open when you said UConn has probably never played anyone like the combination of Whalen and McCarville, but Minnesota's never played anybody like Taurasi, and she's proving it now.
Nobody handles the pressure better than Diana Taurasi.
Got the three! Are you kidding?
Nobody.
Holy cow, what a pass by Taurasi!
We have Diana, and you don't.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Geno Auriemma has been able to say that for 4 years. We have Diana and you don't. And right now she has tied the former All-American Rebecca Lobo for 4th all-time on the scoring list. Carol Walters just 8 points ahead in 3rd. And so far, Taurasi has scored 12. And there is Rebecca Lobo, who ruled the inside for Connecticut basketball from 91 to 95.
95, they won their first national championship, going undefeated. Rebecca Lobo was Player of the Year.
A couple of those in Connecticut.
I'd say 5 to be exact. That's pretty incredible.
29-18. McCarville. Nice give and go.
Is that pretty scoring off like the pass?
It's beautiful. That's why she's averaged nearly 6 assists a game in the tournament to go with all those points and all those rebounds.
You know, Ruth Riley from Notre Dame was a very good passer from the center spot at 6'6". When she was Player of the Year, and they won the national championship. But McCarville just moved so well.
Conlon to the baseline.
Okay, Maria Conlon, as a senior, has not lost too many games in her career through high school in Connecticut, and she feels so lucky. I had a chance to talk to her, and she said, you know, I not only feel lucky, but I feel like I've gotten to be better.
Schoenrock with a 3. That will please her granddad, who is 77 years old and postponed his wedding this weekend to see this.
Well, why wouldn't you too?
Well, she better play well. I don't know if I'm 77 if I postpone anything.
That's a young man, Mike.
I'm talking about me. When I'm 77, I'm not postponing anything. Oh, nice dish by Strother, the basket to battle.
Whalen came over to help out, tried to take the charge, and the nice pass, as you said, by Strother to finish that shot off by Battle.
Both teams have passed the ball extremely well here in the first half. Schoenrock, good head fake, but couldn't take the shot.
Well, that's a good call.
Whalen walks. One of the few mistakes you will see the All-American make.
Well, she's struggling a little bit from the floor right now. 0 for 2. She does have 4 assists.
Opportunity for Geno Auriemma to give Taurasi a breather. Minnesota, all their field goals have come off assists. 9 baskets, 9 assists. That's how well they pass the ball.
Pam Horton, only in her 2nd year, they reached the Sweet 16 last year, lost to Texas, who's made it to the Final 4.
She said she couldn't wait till the season started this year after that NCAA experience. Offensive rebound to the Huskies. Turned it too strong. Strother, nice offensive rebound, a fresh shot clock.
I tell you, McCarville very frustrated right now, rebounding. You see Minnesota go into that zone. It's tough sometimes to rebound out of it when you don't play it a lot.
And that's an offensive foul as McCarville got over there and stood her ground.
And Geno Auriemma telling his players, shoot the ball. When you're open, take a shot. He wants his players to shoot the ball.
Fouls on Wilnette Crockett. And Taurasi is back with 4:16 to go in the half. Anderson gives it up to Schoenrock, the sophomore from Winnebago, Minnesota. Will bring it across. Whalen down the lane, and she's held.
Well, look at her size. Lindsay Whalen at 5'9", posting up at the high post, and how low she went to receive that basketball. And with that base, it enabled her to make the move that she did.
And she is a very powerful 5'9".
This Minnesota team is a team where passers like to get caught up in the air and make the pass.
Whalen, great look to Anderson into a double team. Anderson goes down hard from the floor, looks up at the referee like, no whistle. Then the ball goes out of bounds. UConn thought it was their ball, and it will go to Minnesota.
Well, Burton wanted the foul, and Auriemma wants the ball.
And neither one's happy right now. 3:49 to go in the half. Straight miracle finish for the Lady Vols of Tennessee. They wait in the wings for the winner of this one for a national championship. And Pat Summitt seems to have made the Final Four and the championship game her personal venue She's done an exceptional coaching job this year without a real star on this ball club.
She was the Naismith Coach of the Year. And yet she has done her best coaching because of the injuries that they've had, losing more and more, and reminding her a lot of the 97 team.
Schoenrock launched that with a shot clock running down. Here comes Taurasi. Looking for an opening, doesn't find one and backs out. Taurasi wide open for three. She's at the front of the rim with about 3 of those now. McCarville with another rebound. Whalen on the run. Kicks it off. Bolden back in the game with 2 fouls. Can't hit it.
It's really been interesting to watch this offense by Minnesota. McCarville's been out on top a lot. Now, I know she's getting a rebound. That was only her 3rd rebound, but she's got to get outside like that.
McCarville may have gotten away with a little push off on that one, and a nice dish down to McCarville. She has 10. Along with 3 rebounds. And that's going to be a foul on UConn on the follow. It looked like Barbara Turner pushed off.
Well, both coaches talked about this being a key as far as the rebounds are concerned. Tennessee really trying to get inside, but there you see Minnesota on the offensive end going inside to Janel McCarville, getting great position. As long as they keep getting that lob pass in, Connecticut needs a little bit more weak side help. Does that change the defense again?
Well, she's so good. Oh, what a pass to Whalen. Had it knocked away. But McCarville and Whalen really have that connection. That's special.
That give and go that they run is incredible. I mean, it is so pretty to watch. Now, we saw Diana Taurasi give a great pass behind the back in the NCAA tournament. But these passes by McCarville, and we've seen Whalen give those passes too.
You bet. And they're not just pretty. They're right on the dot. Whalen hits the free throw. Minnesota's all-time leading scorer, number 5 in the history of Big Ten basketball, and a 2-time Kodak All-American.
Well, Whalen does such a great job getting to the free throw line, too. She was 7 of 7 in their game against Duke, but 12 of 14 in the first game against UCLA, 10 of 10 against Kansas State. She gets there.
And that's the key, isn't it? If you're a good free throw shooter, find a way to get to the line and take advantage of it.
Well, you're a good player, you get to the free throw line.
Exactly. 2:30 to go in the half, 33-27. Minnesota trying to pick up the defensive tempo. Good job by Whalen to cut off Battle, and then Battle gets the pass inside. And UConn scores again. Excellent move by Turner. She went to the baseline, and Battle showing her passing skills.
And then they call the defensive foul with her hand open on the back. You have to have an elbow, that forearm. You have to bend that elbow and get the forearm on the back. Once you open your hand up and put it on the back, that's a foul.
I really fail to see the distinction, but I know what you're talking about. I know that. Anderson. And missed it. 35-27, 2 minutes to go, first half. It was racehorse tempo the first couple of minutes. Thought we might see a game in the 90s, but it's tempered a little since then. UConn ball with 14 on the shot clock.
And Minnesota has settled down a little bit, too. I think, we talked about what was the mystery going to be of the young teams coming in here, the first-timers.
Nearly got the basket, but Wilnett Crockett made a tremendous decision through the bounce pass back door. They almost got a 3-point play out of it. The passing in this game has been as good as I've seen in the Final Four since we started doing this together.
No, you're absolutely right. And the way these players watch for each other, because they're so used to scoring off the pass. You look at Diana Taurasi, she'll score a lot of points, but a lot of people felt too, Mike, that her game really went down this year. Well, it didn't, in the sense she made everybody else better, especially Barbara Turner, whose game really picked up. And when she needs to score, she will, but she gets everybody else involved.
Taurasi did the things she had to do to help her team win. And there's no doubt, I think, in anyone's mind that she could get 30 a night if she wanted to do it.
Oh,
Whalen! Oh, isn't that pretty?
What a pick by McCarville on Ashley Battle to open up Whalen. That was a Mack truck.
There's some great players out here tonight. It's 37-29. Taurasi moves the ball so well.
Minnesota switching. They start out man-to-man, going in that 2-3 zone, but making Connecticut try to hit from the outside. Get it, Mike!
Throwback. I got out of the way. Good hustle by Schoenrock trying to get to that basketball.
I thought you were going to get that assist. But look at, we call it J Mac. She played on the Pan Am team, or the Pan Am team for Debbie Ryan this last summer. And they call her J Mac, not Shaq. She's a J Mac.
That screen is more like Mac Truck, and now UConn throws it away. Coming up at the half, the singular halftime report. We'll have a recap of that tremendous ending LSU-Tennessee in Game 1. Diana Taurasi off the court. That and much, much more from Rece, Nell, and Stacey. Whalen does such a good job of keeping that dribble alive. Nice crossover there. And a great dish to McCarville. But no basket, an offensive foul on Whalen.
The question Whalen has for the official is that the defensive player she felt was too far underneath the basket. But good slide over by Crockett. Was she in there in time? And that's what Whalen does so well. She looks like she's pretty far underneath the basket.
Well, I didn't think she got there in time anyway. Once that player leaves their feet, you can't be moving underneath them.
Well, Whalen,
but those calls are so close.
And the other thing with Lindsay Whalen, though, what she does better than I've seen, like a John Stockton, is she splits the screen. The screen will be set, and the defense is looking to switch, and she goes in between the pick and the defense, and it opens her wide up.
All right, let's check in with Mark Jones. He has a special guest. Mark?
Yeah, sure, certainly is special. Bonnie McCarville currently undergoing treatment for colon cancer. What does your daughter's play and performance mean to your recovery?
It means 100% recovery. That's the best therapy anybody could ask for, is following the girls and being involved in them and just hoping the best for them. They're playing a beautiful game.
Now you're scheduling your cancer treatments around their games, correct?
Yes, as much as the doctor will allow.
You had one on Friday before you came down here, right?
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday. Now, your daughter had a rocky relationship with the head coach before this year. How did they work it out?
They were both bullheaded, but they just kind of got together and talked things out, and here we are today.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us, buddy. Good luck in your recovery. Guys, back to you.
All right, Mark, thanks very much. And that is a special person there, scheduling the chemotherapy treatments so that they match the NCAA schedule for the Final Four, and she can see her daughter play. We wish her a 100% recovery.
All our prayers. But, you know, this is a great story, this Minnesota team. Three out of the last 4 years, they've had 3 different coaches. And Pam Borton came in, and McCarville and her did not see eye to eye, and she didn't really give in until they got to the NCAA tournament.
Taurasi knocks it away with 8.5 points. Well, when she gives in in a big way because she has exploded on the world.
But she was so good last year, but again, it was a matter of committing herself, getting herself in shape, playing on the Pan Am team, really got her running and losing some weight.
Whalen for 3. That would have been a big shot. That would have cut it to 5. They don't get this one off. Steps out of bounds with 1.4 seconds to go.
But Lindsay Whalen was very receptive of Pam Borton coming in. She had 3 coaches in her 4 years there. Her first year, only 8 wins. And Lindsay Whalen, to play for 3 coaches. I mean, you have to make those adjustments, and she's been a very positive role model.
And it has really paid off for them this year, their first ever Final Four. Can UConn get off the shot in time? No, they can't. But an outstanding first half for the defending national champions. They come out firing, and they have a 37-29 halftime lead. Let's go to Doris. She's with Geno Auriemma.
Geno, Janel McCarville has terrorized people in this NCAA tournament. She's got 10. Anything you'll do differently with her in the second half?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they only have 29 points. I think defensively, you know, there's only so much you can do with her, you know. I mean, she's so big, and she's such a great passer. She's probably, you know, hurting us as much passing the ball as she is scoring. But I think the key is going to be down at the other end. You know, if we can execute on offense and get the shots that we want, knock down a couple, keep the pressure on them, I think that'll be the key.
Good luck in the second half, Geno. Thanks. Mike?
All right, thank you, Doris. Can Geno Auriemma make it 3 championships in a row? It's only been done 1 time before. He's up by 8 right now. Let's go to Rece Davis. Rece. At the half in New Orleans, Connecticut leads Minnesota 37-29. Annie, in the first half, the Stars came out to play.
It's all been Diana Taurasi. She just got things off, started quickly, scoring inside. She knocked down a three-pointer. She was scoring from everywhere for them. 5 of 10 from the floor, and then Lindsay Whalen with her passing was tremendous. She had 5 assists, struggled from the floor though, only 1 of 4, but McCarville made up for that. She's got 10 first half points, and when she's inside, she's tough to stop, but she's got 3 rebounds.
Here's our Harley-Davidson game track. Minnesota with great passing, 10 assists on their 11 field goals. Their rebound margin, 7.5 throughout the tournament. Down tonight. Connecticut's done a great job on the board. They have scored 27 of their 37 inside. And Taurasi hitting 50%. She has 3 rebounds and the floor leader for the Huskies. Let's go to Mark Jones. Mark?
Well, the focus of Minnesota's halftime talk, that lady right there, Diana Taurasi, felt that defensively that they ran into too many screens trying to guard her. The technique they have to use is lock, which means make contact and then trail through all the screens. Offensively, they're going to try and increase the tempo a little bit, get some easy runouts, and go inside a lot more to McCarville, guys. Back to you.
And Mark, a lot of times during the first half, McCarville was out near the circle. Bolden with the drive, and she'll draw a foul.
Yeah, she cleared out there, and I think Minnesota really got in trouble when Bolden picked up her second foul. Only played 9 minutes in that first half. I mean, she's their defensive stopper. Anderson ended up picking up 2 fouls, but she held Elena Beard, the State Farm Wade Trophy Player of the Year award winner, to only 1 point in the second half, and she had 10 for the game.
Terrific defender. Let's check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Mike, Geno Auriemma talked to his team about offensive rebounds. He said his bigs have got to be more involved within the context of the offense. Wilnette Crockett and Jessica Moore combined for just 4 points, 3 rebounds. He said in defending McCarville, he said, we can't front her. She's absolutely too big, so we'll have to rely on help defense. And thus far, they've done a pretty good job, guys.
Well, just to keep her below the stratosphere is a pretty good job with what she has done in this tournament.
And neither team has rebounded offensively well. 2 for Minnesota, 4 for Connecticut.
What a pass. They can't hit the shot. An offensive rebound and the basket. Great effort inside by Crockett. Her first bucket. Taurasi with another sensational pass.
Crockett only averages 13 minutes a game. She's already got 12 going in from halftime.
39-30 Huskies, almost taken away by Conlon.
That shows you what a difference his bench has made for Connecticut with Crockett and Battle.
Whalen got caught up in the air, had to kick it out to the corner, and Bolden knocks down a 3. She doesn't shoot it very often, but when she does, it's 46%. Bad pass by Taurasi, nearly stolen by Whalen.
And Whalen saw it coming, and it was like right there, and she started going, just never had a handle on it.
A very long, very slow bounce pass. Those are usually get you in trouble. Trying to run Taurasi through some screens, a lot of contact. Geno Auriemma wants a foul. Now bodies fly. Strother recovers. It's going to be a jump ball. Which way is the possession arrow going? To UConn.
Now Lindsay Whalen just going down on the ground. She's got that broke those bones in her hands against Ohio State. Played 5 years of hockey. And her parents didn't want her to play anymore because they thought she'd get hurt.
So she plays basketball and breaks her hand.
Well, it looked like she was playing hockey. They were diving out.
Well, she's a tough kid. Shot clock down to 4. Taurasi knows it against the double team. She's going to have to launch. And just short. Did not hit the rim. Excellent defense by Minnesota.
Well,
they played Taurasi tough with the clock running down.
They doubled off. McCarville coming off, and I was surprised Taurasi didn't get rid of it with the double team.
I think with McCarville in her face, she couldn't find anybody. Can they get it into McCarville? If anybody can, it would be Whalen. She's such a great passer. This time she goes right by. Scoop shot with the right hand. That's pretty.
You know, they called that charge on her earlier, Mike, in that first half. She steps around the defense like nobody I've ever seen.
She sure does. She has great control of her body, and Minnesota back within 4. The Golden Gophers will not go quietly. Conlon kick out to Strother. Screen from Moore. Shot clock is under 10. There's a double team in the corner. And UConn will have to call a timeout. afraid of the 5-second call, and Geno Auriemma not happy with the way Minnesota is making the comeback. Whalen, the All-American, showing you why. Bourbon Street in New Orleans. If you like to party and have a good time, that's the place. And we're having a good time tonight in the New Orleans arena as Diana Taurasi and UConn trying to get to the final game against Tennessee. They're up by 4, but Minnesota has really taken the fight to them in the second half, and it is getting very physical on defense. Taurasi with the shot clock running down. Can't hit it, but another offensive rebound by Moore.
There's 6.
McCarville trying to go for the steal. Taurasi's going to have to chase this down. 15 on the shot clock. Now she'll look for a screen. Trying to take Bolden. And Bolden is a great positional defender. She really keeps her body in the way.
The thing about Taurasi, too, she's such a big-time player, and she's fearless. She doesn't care how much time is left on the clock. She shoots the ball the same way. And she is fearless in the sense, too, that she's not afraid to take the last shot.
Absolutely not. And they rotate as many people as they can. And that came because the fact that you mentioned, Annie, is because Bolden was in foul trouble in the first half. They had to have Anderson and Broback on. Taurasi hits 1 of 2. She has 13 points on the night, 13 of Connecticut's 40. And the Gopher fans on their feet. Whalen looking for a gap. Gets caught up in the air, has to kick it back to Schoenrock. Shot clock now at 7. They give it up to Whalen. Good screen by Anderson. Whalen leans into one, nearly banked it in, tipped outside. Great job by Minnesota, knowing they can't get the rebound, but tipped it out. Nearly a backcourt violation on Schoenrock.
And Whalen's the same kind of player Taurasi is. I mean, they're fearless. They go in and they're going to get the shot. She threw that up.
Whalen kicks it to Schoenrock in the corner, short on the 3. "16 minutes to go for the right to play for a national title." Little weave outside, Conlon. Minnesota forcing UConn to eat up that shot clock. Conlon for 3. She has 10 points after going scoreless in the regional final.
At least this group of seniors with Maria Conlon and Diana Taurasi and Morgan Fowler in the NCAA tournament, they've only lost 2 games. They're 54-2.
Staggering record. McCarville gets loose, got the ball back under control. Who blocked it? Taurasi. Just great understanding of the game by the All-American. 15:21 left from New Orleans. The lead is 8.
Average everyday sane psycho.
Diana Taurasi is the daughter of immigrant parents. Lily and Mario Taurasi reside in Chino, California. And when Geno Auriemma was recruiting Diana Taurasi, Lily was the toughest sell. She wanted no part of her daughter going 3,000 miles away, leaving sunny California for remote stores. When Geno Auriemma was recruiting on the visit, they took her to the Auriemma house for dinner, and Lily said, "I don't like Connecticut. It's too dark here." Geno's response, "It's 9 o'clock at night, Lily. It's dark everywhere." He also told her 2 things. He said, "Your daughter will go down as one of the all-time greatest players in college basketball." That's a shot clock violation for us there, Mike. "She will go down as one of the all-time greats in women's college basketball history. She deserves to be seen by as many people as possible. And with all of Connecticut's games, either on local cable or national television, she has certainly been fun to watch, Mike."
Well, you have the feeling Geno could sell ice boxes in Alaska, and he has proven his point. She will go down in history as perhaps the best women's college basketball player of all time.
And one of the things that helped is that he was able to speak Italian to her.
That's right. He has been a national recruiter ever since establishing the program. And he is a proven success now in his 5th straight Final Four. Crockett, nice spin move to get to the glass.
Crockett having the opportunity to show some of the things that she can do.
Every time Minnesota makes a little run, UConn extends the lead back. McCarville's been quiet offensively in this half. Now she leans in. That's got to be an offensive foul. You lower the shoulder, and you'll get it every time. 2 on Janel McCarville.
The ball goes inside, and it's interesting because we talk so much about the footwork of McCarville, and there, all she has to do is step back instead of stepping into the defensive player.
You make that an easy call for an official. 11 turnovers for Minnesota. Taurasi tries a no-look pass inside. McCarville got her hands on it, then UConn gets it back. Look at the battle inside.
Well, Connecticut, again, on the offensive boards, they're getting second and third opportunities. They've been shooting the ball well from the floor, a high percentage, but it's the battle of the boards right now, and Minnesota's losing it because McCarville continues to struggle to get any boards.
2 on Lindsay Whalen. It is getting extremely physical in there, and you saw why Whalen got the foul. She swatted the arm perpendicular to the floor, or horizontal to the floor, and you're going to get that call every time, I guess.
McCarville has 0 rebounds in this second half.
Only had 3 in the first half. And remember, she came into this game averaging 17 a game in the tournament. I mean, some people, good players, will go this entire tournament and get 17. She was averaging 17 a game. 46-35, UConn on top with 14-12 left. The biggest lead for the Huskies in this game.
Tennessee, that was the first game, right? Connecticut is really mixing things up on the defensive end against Minnesota.
Geno Auriemma was true to his word. He said the other day that he thought he was going to have to change things up and try to keep them out of their rhythm. Head up. If they can recognize those defenses, they'll really kill you. Great job by Whalen to keep it alive.
Well, they certainly have slowed things up because Lindsay Whalen is really struggling. You know that she's an effective player, but she has struggled in this game.
Nice dish to McCarville. Couldn't hit the shot, but drew the foul again on the nice pass from Whalen.
We talked about the connection that those two have. I mean, out of the corner of her eye, she sees McCarville cut into the basket already, goes up in the air, and a nice little dish underneath the defense. And McCarville does not make the layup, but she gets a chance for 2.
Foul was on Taurasi, her first. And, you know, Taurasi blocked a shot a couple of possessions earlier, and you don't think of her for defense, but she's number 6 all-time at Connecticut in blocked shots.
Well, I've always appreciated her defense. She doesn't have great on-ball defensive abilities, but off the ball, she's everywhere. And I asked a couple coaches last year, what do you think of Diana Taurasi's defense? And they said, oh, she can't play. Well, she's one of the top steal leaders and also in blocks.
Nice double team by McCarville. Blocks the shot from behind. Whalen trying to push it. It's 2 on 5. Out of the corner. 3-ball from Schoenrock. That's a huge shot. It cuts it to 6. And Schoenrock with 9 points.
And that's a perfect example of Lindsay Whalen struggling from the floor, but she's getting everybody else involved, and the assists go up.
She has 7 dimes tonight. Conlon tries to dump it low. Too strong. 8 UConn turnovers. 13:07 to go. Whalen with another assist. Schoenrock out of the corner.
You talk about such a cult following of this Minnesota team. 9 of their players are from the state of Minnesota. Only 1 player from Connecticut is from Connecticut.
McCarville with the left hand. The lead is down to 4. And Geno Auriemma has seen enough of this run. He wants to talk about it. 12:47 left. 46-42. If anybody thought Minnesota was going to fold, they've gone through too much to do that. And they have closed the gap to 4 points here, trying to get to their first ever national championship game in their first ever Final Four. For UConn, this is old hat, but they believe in the state of Minnesota. Let's talk to Mark Jones. Mark, what do you have?
The whole state behind Coach Borton's team. Actually, the Minnesota Twins recently called and asked the team to come and throw out the opening pitch on Monday, but they said, sorry, we have other plans. We hope to be playing in the final on Tuesday in New Orleans. The Twins had to settle for Hall of Famer Rod Carew. Kevin Garnett, KG, yes, and the Minnesota Timberwolves even phoned offering congratulations and best wishes, offered to take the team to a game and a Beyonce concert. They had to respectfully decline. Back to you guys.
They're turning down some really nice invitations, but they have bigger fish to fry. Here comes Whalen on the run. Bodies flying, no whistles, now out of bounds, and it's out to Minnesota. Geno Auriemma wanting an offensive foul. I love to watch coaches work officials, but these guys have been pretty consistent. There was a 2 or 3 minute period end of the first half where they were calling some ticky-tack fouls, but they've been letting them play, and McCarville is starting to get loose inside. 46-44. She has 16 points. Taurasi wants the ball, takes a three. Are you kidding?
And that's what she continues to do when teams get runs, and she does it effortlessly. She comes up with the big shot when they need it.
You see it in her eyes. Somebody makes a move on UConn. Taurasi wants the ball. Inside, outside, it doesn't make a difference. Whalen, tough runner, excellent defense by Battle.
Well, how does that ball not fall in for her?
Taurasi back the other way, short. She wanted a foul. Offensive rebound for UConn. Possession arrow on the jump will give it to Minnesota. Everybody begging for fouls, nobody getting them. One game away from a national championship for Connecticut and Minnesota. UConn leads by 5. Tuesday night, you see the championship game brought to you by Phillips and Best Buy on ESPN HD. Go out and get a set. Wider picture. Increased clarity. If you don't want to get an HD set, you might as well go back to black and white. Those are the lines. Outside those lines to the left and right, that's the increased picture you get with an HD set. And the clarity is something you really have to see to believe.
Probably in the next 3 or 5 years, that's all people will have.
One would think so. In the second half, Minnesota now shooting 56%. UConn has cooled off to 36. And that has allowed the Golden Gophers to get back in this game.
Connecticut going up in a boxing one. You saw a battle on Whalen, and they're going to switch things up. Van Borton said, we've seen everything against Lindsay Whalen and Janel McCarville, but that time they turned it over.
Strager, McCarville nearly knocked it away. Moore goes with the left hand and scores. Jessica Moore with 6.
She only averages about 9.5 points in the last 4 games, though, averaging 14.
51-44. UConn has had an answer to every Minnesota run. Schoenrock, nice pass to McCarville, off target. Taurasi with a rebound. 5 rebounds for Taurasi. Looks to Geno Auriemma for what play they want to run. Strager, got it. Strager's been a big boost offensively for this club tonight. She and Conlon.
When scoreless in the Penn State game, it made a huge difference as far as stepping up, and they were very patient in the offensive set.
It's hard to imagine against Penn State, Strager and Conlon, neither one of which could score, and they won it anyway. Whalen this time from McCarville, so they switch roles.
That time they stayed in the 2-3 zone, and Whalen cut through, snuck behind the zone. Talked about Conlon and Strager really stepping up, and coming into this game, they said Whalen and McCarville were averaging 42 points and 22 rebounds, and they're not getting it right now.
No, they're not, and they'll have to step it up if Minnesota's going to have a chance to Turner had that one rattle out.
Pam Borton said, we've got to be in attack mode. She said that's a key for our team. We've got to put the pressure on, not only on the defensive end, but the offensive end. And Lindsay Whalen is a type of player, she'll get in there. They may look like bad shots sometimes, or maybe not the highest percentage shot, but she forces the issue.
Whalen with the shot clock at 7. Tough shot. McCarville offensive rebound, and McCarville scores. She has just set the all-time NCAA record for rebounds in a tournament.
Well, that's the one thing that Whalen has to do. She'll put up shots, Mike, and hopefully a player like McCarville and her teammates will go into the offensive boards.
Well, if you're averaging 17 rebounds a game in the tournament, you're getting some of them. 53-48 as Minnesota comes right back. Tried to get it to Taurasi, the steal by McCarville.
See, I think Connecticut's got to take advantage of Strother's height against Schoenrock.
Whalen, look at the ball hand. Goes baseline, cut off. Schoenrock had the shot momentarily and passed on it. Three-point shot by Brobeck. It only made 10 all year long. It's a two-point game.
Pam Borton has said all season long, it's not just Lindsay Whalen and McCarville, but boy, they're nice players to have. It's everybody else. They come up with these clutch shots.
This has been a terrific game. Brobeck comes off the bench. A huge three-point shot, probably the biggest one she's ever taken. For the women's Final Four, locked up in a duel here. Connecticut leads Minnesota by 2. Let's go to Dorisburg. Doris.
Well, Mike, after diagramming a play for the inbound, Geno Auriemma addressed the defensive side. He said, listen, Wilnett, you've got to do a phenomenal job. Work hard against McCarville. He told Diana Taurasi, dig down and give some assistance. He said, don't cheat in off Whalen or Schoenrock, guys.
Mark Jones, how about you?
Well, Coach Borton told her team, guys, if you are going to win this game, you have to believe right now that you are going to do it and win it. She said that McCarville, if we're going to win this game, you're going to be the one to take us there. And as for Bolden, guys, it's interesting. She took a hit of Maalox from a bottle. I guess Diana Taurasi does that to her opponents. Back to you.
Certainly does, Mark. And a basket and a foul. Excellent offensive rebounding again by UConn after Minnesota played some tenacious defense. And there's McCarville getting a breather.
That opens things up in the middle for Connecticut. Take advantage. That was their 10th offensive board.
The last foul on Khadijah Anderson. That was her 4th. And Turner, the 67% free throw shooter, hits a three-point play. The lead grows back to 5. Or that was a short rest. McCarville back on the court, now the all-time NCAA rebounding leader in a single tournament. Came into this game averaging 17 boards a game. She was also averaging 19.8 points a game, while Whalen averaged 22 a game. They have just been unbelievable in this tournament.
And the teams that they've beaten.
Taurasi knocks it away from Bolden, and Bolden complaining that she didn't touch it last.
And this second half has really been a game of a half of runs. Minnesota got a run, Connecticut got a run. Minnesota got a run, and now Connecticut's back on a run.
And all these players have to be very careful with their vocal reactions to these officials. They're getting a little bit carried away in how demonstrative they are.
Taurasi 1 of 4 in this second half.
Very physical in the post. Taurasi goes baseline. Kicks it out for Strother too far. They save it, but it comes right to Brobeck. And Brobeck knocks it down.
And you're better off taking the back court because now you get to set up in the defensive end.
6:26 and counting. The lead is 3. Taurasi against Bolden, a tremendous defensive player. Tough shot. Another offensive rebound. What work inside by Turner.
right now. McCarville's got to have the same attitude that Lynette Crockett does, because Crockett has just been unbelievable on the offensive boards for this Connecticut team.
Turner and Crockett and more outstanding work inside. Whalen with it. No, that's not Whalen. Check it. It's Roisland with the runner. And she knocked it down and draws the foul.
I tell you, not only the bench, but the freshmen, they're so young. Roisland comes in, known for her outside shooting, but creates contact and a chance for three.
Roisland, the freshman. Short on the free throw. Loose ball saved by UConn. (58-55). Conlon will run the clock from the point. Whalen on her. And there's the steal. Another great defensive play by Broback. She wheels into the lane, puts it up and missed.
Tough shot by Broback, but the defensive steal, the freshmen are coming through.
Aren't they ever? And UConn has been a little shaky on consecutive possessions.
Well, they're running that 1-4 with the double high post.
Another bad pass. This one picked off by McCarville. Whalen trying to penetrate. Can't. Kicks it out to Bolden for three. That would have tied the game.
She hit some big ones in the Duke game.
They are on their feet, especially in the Minnesota section. They're within 3 points, approaching the 4.5-minute mark. Great defense again, taken away by McCarville. Bolden. Taurasi slapped at it and affected the shot.
Minnesota last 3 possessions cannot finish.
Connecticut dodging bullets. Boy, Minnesota's gotten the looks, too.
Yeah. Auriemma calling the plays on the sideline, last few possessions down. Almost a carry.
Oh, I thought that was a carry by Conlon. She got it to Strother on the baseline, too strong. And there's that freshman again, Broback with another rebound. A three would tie the ball game.
Strother had to change her shot. McCarville came way out on her.
Here's Whalen with Strother on her. Shot clock at 8. Whalen, what a cut! Couldn't hit the shot. That was unbelievable.
She certainly wanted a foul.
And she yelled at the referee and smacked her hand on the ground. Everybody's got to be careful. Strother, a huge shot. That's a dagger. The one thing you'd hate to see right now is anybody get a technical that would affect this game.
Lindsay Whalen, what's made her so good, she talked about it. She played on the USA Young Women's team for Jim Foster. And she said the footwork that she learned and the move that she made the pivot off the right foot. Normally a right-handed player will pivot off the left foot. And she is able to get more open looks off the defender because the defender usually will go on a left-footed pivot. But Whalen really gets to the basket quickly.
She has tremendous body control. Watch this.
Just a little shake and bake. Off the pick, tried to avoid.
Spin it, didn't she?
That's right. She tried to avoid the block, but she felt she got hit from behind.
Whalen has made some spectacular passes tonight, as has her teammate Janel McCarville. But right now they are short of UConn 61-55 as the Huskies go for their 3rd straight national championship. A win tonight, they would be matched up with Tennessee for that opportunity.
Whalen's 4 of 4 from the free throw line. They were all in the first half, and she's a kid that gets to the free throw line.
Strother waits for her. McCarville hasn't had many touches lately.
Well, they've been boxing her out of there.
Broback really missed the three badly. Not sure that was the shot they wanted on that offensive possession.
And Tennessee, I said that again, I said Connecticut, I'm sorry, they have really controlled the tempo of the second half. I mean, it's been spurts, and Minnesota has tried to run it, but when it's slowed down like this, it benefits Connecticut.
Bolden has done a sensational job on Taurasi, and then Taurasi with a brilliant pass inside, and the basket for Crockett. What a pass. And her mother is loving it. I think she got over that heartbreak of the decision a long time ago.
As good as Diana Taurasi is playing and making everybody else play well, Crockett has been the difference for the Huskies.
Backdoor cut. McCarville with another great pass. They can't get the basket. Offensive rebound. Now Whalen, and Taurasi takes it away over the back. It's a jet ball, and it goes to UConn. And boy, the Minnesota bench is upset after that sequence. They thought there were at least a couple of fouls there. And watch the pass by Taurasi. UConn's all-time assist leader, doing it all tonight. And Mom and Dad love every second of it. Only 2:09 left, 63-55, UConn over Minnesota. It has been a game of runs. You have to wonder if Minnesota has one left. They went on a 9-0 run. UConn countered 7-0, and Minnesota 9-3. UConn has scored the last 5 in 46 seconds. Let's go to Doris Burke.
Geno Auriemma told us, guys, on the defensive side, 2 things. No fouls and tag your man. Absolutely no threes.
And Minnesota 6 of 15 from three-point range.
Bolden dogging Taurasi. Here comes the double team from Whalen. Great defense. Conlon got it and called timeout. Minnesota's a smart ball club.
The one thing, they forced Diana Taurasi right into the sideline, which gave them a third defender.
You know, you can tell, I think, when a team is well coached, particularly coming out of a timeout, the little things they will try and do. And that double team was great, and you're right. They want it out of Taurasi's hands. It's the last place they want that basketball.
Well, and Taurasi is so good, but she turned her back on the defense, and sometimes you get a little soft in the sense of you know what's going on, which usually she does. I mean, she's 2-3 plays ahead of everybody, but her teammates had to come from the weak side and help her out, and they didn't.
1:57 left. The winner of this game will meet Tennessee, the only #1 seed left in the tournament. They knocked off LSU, their 3rd straight miracle finish to reach the championship game. Taurasi trying to inbound. Everybody being hounded. Shot clock at 15. Taurasi wants this herself. Baseline against Bolden. Now she's got to kick it back outside. Shot clock at 7. Taurasi gets it back, wheels into the lane, didn't get the roll. Another rebound to McCarville.
She's got a couple of those step backs, Mike, and just been a little short.
Whalen, nice defense by Strother, and then Taurasi comes from behind. Let's see who gets the foul. It will be Taurasi.
Whalen pushing the basketball, trying to make things happen for her team. Is it a jump ball, a foul? They call it from behind.
That's all ball. Whalen at the line. The advantage to Minnesota because the clock stops. Whalen hits the free throw. Barbara Turner comes back in. Wilnette Crockett leaves for Geno Auriemma. What a run this has been for Pam Borton, the Minnesota coach. Whalen, tough shot. And Anderson kept it alive, and it went right back in the hole. That cuts it to 5.
Connecticut going to spread the floor.
Want to keep in the hands of your good free throw shooters. Jessica Moore, not one of them. She had it for a while. Turner goes baseline. She kicks it out. Taurasi just got there. Now Taurasi with 1 on the shot clock. Had to launch. Offensive rebound, UConn, a new 30. And that's all they care about right now is the clock. Nearly threw it away. And Conlon took a shot to the head and is very slow to get up.
She did not see the ball coming back to her that quickly. Taurasi, when she got the ball from the pass off of Conlon, Taurasi whipped it right back to her, and Conlon did not see it. There's the play. She spins around and catches Turner. And then now Minnesota's got a foul.
And Taurasi will go to the line. She's an 80% free throw shooter. Conlon goes out. She's a 58% shooter, amazingly enough. As good as she is as a three-point shooter, not a good free throw shooter. Strother is good. Battle is good. So those are the guys they're going to try to have with the ball in their hands. Taurasi hits this one. Diana Taurasi, 18 points. Minnesota needs points in a hurry, down by 7.
Lindsay Whalen having a tough time getting the ball in her hands.
Schoenrock gives it up, and Whalen had the launch. Strother may have gotten a piece of that one, and it's out of bounds. That should be out to Minnesota because that was tipped.
Whalen wanted to get the quick shot. She had time maybe to even penetrate, but decided to take the outside shot. But you're right, that ball was tipped.
And now for the Pontiac high performance moment. Diana Taurasi, what has she not done tonight? Scoring, rebounding, blocking shots, and passing. She has been the leader of this club ever since she arrived at Storrs, Connecticut. She has led them to 2 national championships, trying for a 3rd. It's been a terrific ballgame, man.
It really has. History in the making as far as Connecticut and Tennessee, if they're in the Final Four against each other. It's happened so many times. Happened last year, and Connecticut won, and Connecticut looking for that 3rd straight championship. The team to do it, last team to do it was Tennessee.
And Pam Borton really has the momentum building at Minnesota. The state has fallen in love with this ball club, and you can tell why by the way they play. But they are in a desperate situation right now, down by 7 with 34.7 seconds to go, and UConn just working on the clock. Now Conlon goes to the line. She's a 46% three-point shooter. From the line, she only shoots 58. Now, somebody's got to explain that one to me.
It's too close for her.
It may be. Well, you don't have to be on the line. You can back up as long as you stay in the circle.
Right. You know, this Minnesota team reminds me of another Big Ten team, Purdue, when Christy Curry stepped in, and they had 3 coaches in 4 years. Nell Fortner was one of those coaches, and Carolyn Peck led them to the national championship. 2 years Christy Curry is there, leads them to the Final Four in the finals, as a matter of fact, against Notre Dame. But Minnesota, with Pam Borton only in her 2nd year of Final Four.
Now, Conlon had blood on her knee. She'll come out of the ballgame. This is a huge break for UConn because Ashley Battle, an 81.9% free throw shooter, goes to the line in her place.
Exactly. How do you beat that?
You don't. And as smart as Conlon is, I don't think she cut herself. 67-58. They need threes desperately. Schoenrock taking too much time. And UConn playing tough defense. And Taurasi with another block. And it's tipped back inside to Taurasi. Excellent move by Turner. And that is going to do it. Minnesota has backed off. And UConn, behind Diana Taurasi, the All-American, All-Everything, will go to another national championship. What a performance. Annie, you have to take your hat off to Minnesota, but Connecticut is really, really good.
Well, they are. Minnesota came in here with a lot of hopes, and they had been playing so well and beat so many tough teams. And then Connecticut, though, there's such a swagger and such a presence about them and the confidence that they feel that they can win a championship. And when you've been there before, it helps.
Lindsay Whalen's career ends as the all-time Minnesota leading scorer. What a sensational basketball player she is. 11 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. She showed us a tremendous heart tonight.
Well, and Connecticut really did a terrific job on McCarville. McCarville struggled on the rebounding situation, but McCarville had some good moments out in this game, and this is a Minnesota team that'll come back.
They can be very proud of their effort, especially after the injury suffered by Whalen, where their season almost went down the drain, and they gave UConn all it could handle. This will be a rematch, Connecticut and Tennessee, the first time the same two teams have met in back-to-back years. Let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Geno, Minnesota gave you everything you can handle. What separated your team down the stretch?
Well, I think we made a couple of huge stops down at the other end. And then we made a couple unbelievable plays down here. Ann Struthers' three was just unbelievable, you know. And when Dee found Wilnette Crockett right here, you know, I just think we made some big plays. But that's what you got to do at this time of the year. And we needed every single one of them because I'll tell you what, I don't know that I've had to coach against a team that's as hard to play against as the team we just played. They are phenomenal.
Maria Conlon and Ann Struthers struggled. They were shut out in the regional final against Penn State. Today they get 19 points and 8 rebounds. What changed for those two players?
Well, you know, I think they paid a lot more attention to Dee and Barbara. They double Barbara a lot, you know, so she really struggled getting her shot off. You know, both of those guys are good players, and you know, they may have bad games, but they're not going to have bad tournaments.
Yeah, congratulations on a great win, Geno. Diana, once again, you raise your level of play. What is it about the tournament that you enjoy so much?
Well, this year there's no tomorrow. It's my last go-around and with this team and my coach, and I want it to be a good one.
A rematch with Tennessee for a back-to-back-to-back chance. Your thoughts on the matchup?
I mean, everything kind of goes full circle. You know, Tennessee's kind of, you know, our rival, and that's the game everyone wants to watch. So, you know, they're going to get it again.
Congratulations on a great game. Good luck Tuesday night. Mike?
The final score, 67-58. Connecticut over a gallant Minnesota squad. They gave it all they had. Tuesday night, UConn and Tennessee. Coverage of the national championship at 7:30 Tuesday. For Ann Meyers, Doris Burke, Mark Jones. This is Mike Patrick saying so long from New Orleans.
UConn in a record 5th straight Final Four matched up with underdog Minnesota in New Orleans Sunday night. East Region's most outstanding player, that was Lindsay Whalen. Diana Taurasi, of course, we know about her. Huskies going for a three-peat. Gophers in their first ever Final Four. UConn, its 9th appearance at 4 championships. Talk about an underdog, Golden Gophers. First half, Taurasi the spin move, and she is fired up. She's always fired up. Minnesota hanging around, though. Didn't get here just by chance. Whalen inside to Janel McCarville. She had 10 in the first half. Final minutes first half now. Taurasi, another spin move. Good for 2. Break it 3. UConn up 37-29 at halftime. Taurasi had 12 before the break. In the second half, Minnesota still hanging around, doing a nice job, Whalen, right down Main Street. Gophers only down 4. They're making it a ball game. UConn had a 2-point lead. Barbara Turner, the putback. Double foul. The free throw falls, and the Huskies are up by 5. Final 3.5 to go. Ann Struthers is open for Fortner. Geno, your thoughts? Exactly. 61-55 UConn. Final minutes, Taurasi. Nice feed to Wilnette Crockett. Mr. Taurasi in the house and fired up. Connecticut takes care of business. 67-58. UConn and Tennessee for the title Tuesday night on ESPN.
So for the first time ever, we have the same teams meeting in the finals in back-to-back seasons. And UConn joins the 1999 Duke Blue Devils, the only school to have their men's and women's teams reach the finals in the same season. The bane of Pat Summitt's existence, the UConn Huskies. Tennessee, with the women's record 6 NCAA titles, probably would have been more were it not for Geno and Connecticut. UConn has been to the finals 4 times and has yet to lose in the title game.
Welcome back to Sports Center, the mouth of the Mississippi River in New Orleans, where on Tuesday night, for the first time in the history of the NCAA Women's Final Four, we will have a rematch in the national championship game, just like last year, UConn and Tennessee. Rece Davis, Nell, Fortner, Stacey, Schumann here. Those two programs, of course, the blue bloods of women's college basketball. Minnesota and LSU both here for the first time, acquitted themselves beautifully, but Minnesota just didn't have quite enough against that precision offense of the Huskies.
Well, that's because UConn executes their offense as well as anybody in the NCAA tournament at this point in time in the year. They have excellent passers, screeners, and read the defense well. On this ball reversal, we see the defender is out of position on Ann Struthers, and the weak side defense is taken out of the help. Excellent pass by the UConn post player for the easy layup. High percentage shot, that's what you want. Here's Taurasi coming off the on-ball screen by Struthers, who's really just a decoy right here. She's going to act like she's going to set the screen. Excellent down screen by Jessica Moore. A quick high percentage shot. by Ann Strother. And that's why UConn is so effective. They execute and they hit high percentage shots.
UConn passing the ball very well, doing it with offense. Tennessee is doing it with defense and clutch plays at the end. Take it back to the championship game of the Midwest Regional against Stanford, tied at 60. Tasha Butts closing seconds. This would be Tennessee's second straight two-point win. So against LSU in the national semifinals, 2 straight two-point wins, and again, closing ticks found themselves tied. Tamika Johnson turns it over. Latoya Davis wins it. Destiny's Darlings, or does Pat Summit have another description?
Just some gutsy kids that won't give up, and they believe in each other, and they're very frustrated. I mean, we were frustrated at halftime, but I told them we're lucky we're not down 15. We're only down 6. Let's outscore them by 7.
3 straight two-point wins in the tournament. Tennessee 13-1 in games decided by single digits. Lady Vols are good to the last drop. Always wait till the end to do it. That's one constant. The other is Tasha Butts.
One of the players you can credit is Tasha Butts. Nothing less than sensational in the NCAA tournament. Her will, her ability to defend. Look at this defense on Simone Augustus. Now, Simone Augustus has been averaging 66% from the floor in this tournament. She held Simone Augustus to 33% in this basketball game. She has a great demeanor. Her confidence is soaring right now. This is an excellent senior leader that had 11 points and 11 boards in this game.
So on Tuesday night, UConn will go for its three-peat. The only other program to do that, Tennessee. Tuesday night, 8:30 Eastern Time. It'll be an ESPN HD.